So if you're running a business today, you've probably got this huge question looming over you. How in the world do you connect your physical offices, your data centers, all that stuff to the cloud? It's a massive challenge, but don't worry, we're going to break it all down.
All right, to really get a handle on this, let's use a simple but I think really powerful idea. Just imagine the cloud, specifically Microsoft Azure, is a massive global city. It's got everything you could possibly need, right? Computing power, storage, you name it. So how do you build the roads to get your business there?
And we're going to stick with this cloud city idea for this whole explainer. You know why? Because it takes all these super complex technical networking decisions and turns them into something we all get, building a transportation system. Trust me, this framework is going to make everything else fall into place.
Okay, first things first. Before you even think about building roads, you need a destination, right? You need a place to go. So, in our cloud city, that means every business has to start by claiming its own private, secure piece of land, a spot to build your apps and store your data, totally walled off from everyone else.
And that private plot of land, well, that's called an Azure Virtual Network, or a VNet for short. This is the absolute bedrock of your presence in Azure. Think of it like your very own private gated community inside the city. It gives you complete control over security, who gets in, who gets out. It all starts here.
So, you've got your plot of land in the cloud city? Awesome. Now for the big question. How do you connect your local town to it? Well, it turns out there are basically 3 main ways to build that connection. 3 main roads you can take. Let's check them out.
Option number 1 is a VPN Gateway. The best way to think about this is like building a secure, armored tunnel that runs over the existing public internet. It's a really common and pretty fast way to get connected, mostly because you're using the roads that are already there. The keyword, of course, is encrypted. That's what keeps your data safe, even though it's technically on a public highway.
Next up, we have ExpressRoute. Now, this is a whole different ballgame. This isn't just a secure lane on a public road. This is your own private multi-lane superhighway built directly from your office to your VNet in the cloud city. And because it totally bypasses the public internet, it gives you just incredible speed, reliability, and security. For anything mission critical, this is the gold standard.
Now, our third option, Azure Virtual WAN, is, well, it's a little different. It's not really another type of road. Instead, think of it as the city's global transit authority. So imagine you've got dozens of offices, dozens of towns, all needing connections. Virtual WAN is the service that plans, manages, and secures that entire sprawling network from one central dashboard. It just makes complexity manageable.
So there you have it, a secure public road, an exclusive private highway, or a central authority to manage the whole shebang. So, which one is right for you? Well, the answer, as always, depends. Let's see how they stack up side by side.
Okay, this table really lays it all out. You can see the trade-offs plain as day. Look at latency and security. ExpressRoute is just in a league of its own. Very low latency, highest security. That's perfect for something like a financial trading app where every millisecond counts. But then, slide over to the cost column. VPN Gateway is pay-as-you-go, which makes it super cost-effective and flexible. For a startup or maybe a test environment. And Virtual WAN, it brings it all together, letting you manage both public and private connections from one place, which is a lifesaver if you're a big global company. So you see, the right choice really boils down to what your business needs most: raw performance, cost efficiency, or simplified management.
Building the roads is really only half the battle. A truly great transportation system has to be resilient. It's got to be able to handle anything, a little traffic jam or a massive citywide shutdown. And in the cloud, that means surviving a major outage.
So let's imagine a worst-case scenario. What if an entire Azure region, think of it as a whole district in our global cloud city, just goes dark? If all your roads lead to that one spot, your business just grinds to a halt. So how on earth does a well-designed network survive something like that?
This is where it gets really cool. A modern cloud network basically acts like a super smart GPS for your business. The moment an outage is detected, these global traffic control services see it instantly. And then, and this is the magic part, they automatically reroute all of your users to a healthy, identical copy of your setup in a completely different part of the world. And often, your users never even know anything went wrong. Now, that smart GPS and traffic control we're talking about, those are actually real Azure services. Tools like Azure Front Door and Traffic Manager are the brains behind that intelligent global rerouting. They're what spot the failures and divert the traffic. And on top of that, you have things like content delivery networks, or CDNs, which store copies of your content all over the globe.
That not only makes your apps way faster for users, but also adds yet another layer of resilience.
So, as we start to wrap this up, it should be crystal clear that choosing how you connect to the cloud, man, it's so much more than just a technical detail. It is a fundamental architectural decision that is going to shape the entire future of your business.
This quote from the source material just nails it. The road you choose to build impacts absolutely everything. How fast your applications feel, how safe your data is, how complicated your day-to-day operations are, and yeah, how much you're going to end up paying for it all.
So if you take one thing away from all this, let it be this. Your network connection is not just a wire. It is a strategic business decision that allows you to be fast, to be resilient, and to be secure in this new cloud-first world.
And that really just leaves us with one last question for you to think about. When you look at the roads you've built, or the ones you're planning to build, to your cloud city, are they just good enough for today, or are they truly built to handle the challenges and the opportunities of tomorrow?